First, take your closure, and this is my lace closure. I've already bleached the knots. It's ready to go. And it has the part in it already, so I like to start with the part already in there. Hopefully you guys can see. I have my hair with the part in the center. It's a little off center, but basically you want a part, however you're going to be wearing your part on your closure, you want a part like that on your scalp, and then you want the braids going horizontally down this way or vertically down, just depending on how you're looking at it. So the braids going out from the part, and you want these to be flat, and you want them to be fairly small. They don't have to be very small, but you know, not super thick, because your closure is going to be here. And basically, however you braid the back doesn't really matter. This is how mine is braided, in like a little zigzag with just one loose braid at the end. And this just makes it easier for me because I only have to pin one braid up when I'm put on the U part. Okay, so first thing, of course, cut the lace off your closure. I've already cut the front lace off of my closure. And you want to line your closure up with the part already in it with your part on your scalp. So you just kind of want to make sure that the parts are directly on top of each other. Starting with one side, I like to start with the right side. So what I'm going to do to the left side of the closure is take the lace, and I'm just going to pin it down using bobby pins. I want it to be held very tightly, so I'm just going to put like 2 or 3 bobby pins on the side that I'm not working on. Okay, so you just want to move the hair out of the way, and I brought a clip to kind of clip the hair together. Alright, so getting up close, you see how my parts are directly on top of each other. Now I'm just going to take the corner of the lace on the side that I'm about to sew down and pull it tight. Not so tight where you're going to be ripping the lace. I mean, it's very difficult to rip the lace, but you want to just pull it as tight as you can get it. And you guys see I have no hair left out. This is just some hair that came out of my braid, but I'm just going to kind of push that back. So no hair left out. And this is exactly how I want my part in my closure, right on top of the part on my scalp. Okay, so I'm just holding it right here with my finger. And I'm going to take my needle. And I'm using a curved needle. And I'm just going to sew the corner of the lace on the edge of the closure onto my braid. And I'm just taking the needle, going under through the braid and then through the closure. So you want to do this a few times just to make sure it's nice and flat. So I go through like 3 or 4 times right here. Okay, so like this. Now you're just going to sew down the side. And it's okay. I know you can still see like the braid right here, but once we pull this left side, it'll be like that. Okay, so after you've sewn down the front edge, you're going to sew down the sides. Okay, then I'm going to move to the back and just sew the back down as well. I know you guys can't see this, but I'm just doing the same thing, sewing the lace, the edges of the lace onto the braid. And you don't have to sew it very close together. You can leave, you know, a few inches of space. So I'm going to bring it all the way across the back, and then I'm going to stop. I'm not going to continue on to the left. Okay, so now you can take these bobby pins out. And this part is very important, so you want to make sure your closure is right on top of your part, exactly where you want it. And again, you're going to take the corner of the edge of the lace closure, pulling the lace, and you're going to sew this portion of the lace directly on top of this braid. And what I like to do is pull it at the very corner, get it where I want it, and then I take one of those bobby pins and I just put it right here to kind of hold it in position as I'm sewing it. So, just going to put 2 bobby pins there. And now I'm going to take my needle, go up through the braid, and you want to get it at the very edge of that lace. And you want to pull it tight. The tighter you can pull it, the flatter it'll lay. Okay, so it's on there. This is how it's looking, but I still have to sew the sides down. And I just like to make sure I have it good, so I'm going to go through it one more time. Never rips on my closures, so it's no problem with cutting the thread off of the closure and, you know, sewing it back on. Okay, so I'm just going to knot this thread that I sewed right here on the side and cut off the excess. Alright, so this is how it looks with my hairline. So it looks very natural. Again, my part was right here. And I just use my Hicks edges for any little hairs that are left out around the face. So now what I'm going to do is put on my U part and I'll show you the final. So yeah, this doesn't take long. You can do it pretty fast. And I generally take mine off every week, just because you'll notice that it may start to lift a little bit in the front, it'll loosen, and it's easy to sew it back on. Hi YouTubers, so this is the finished look with my lace closure and my U-part. So this is how the closure looks once it's installed. This is how the part looks. These are just week-old curls. This is the Peruvian Curl Hair. The closure and this hair will be available on my online. Use a little of the Organics coconut milk, like a drop of this, and just rub it through my hands and run it down the hair. So that's really it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how I install my lace closure. I hope it was helpful, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them below. And for the fastest response, you can hit me up on Twitter, and my Twitter is itsTaliaT, and I'll have a link to my Twitter below. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.